This is Michelle Ottawa from Channel 69 News. A new toy group has gone viral called the Actionfigurealliance. They are encouraging others to join the alliance. Numerous people have been uploading videos online in response to this. Let's see them.
Hey, what's up? This is Mython the Python, and I joined the Alliance.
Howdy folks, it's Cato from Cato's Collection, and I've joined the Alliance.
What's going on, everyone? I'm One Oak Customs, and I've joined the Alliance.
Hey, it's Sean.
It's Aubrey. I'm Brenda.
And we're Strut Family Crafts, and we've joined the Alliance.
I'm Travis Moody from A Toy Kind of Mood, and I joined the Alliance.
I'm KJ, aka Black Genghis, and I've joined the Alliance.
Hey guys, I'm Laserpants, and I've joined the Alliance.
So, who are the Action Figure Alliance? Let's find out.
The Alliance is calling all collectors from far and wide to dive deep in a world of action figures you don't need to hide. Action Figure Alliance. We're on a toy mission for good, bringing joy and excitement. Action figures, it's in our blood. Join the Alliance. It's time to ignite the world of toys in a podcast spotlight.
What's up?
Here we are. Back again.
I know. Episode 5.
Episode 5. It seems crazy, man. But hey, this is our normal scheduled bat time and bat channel versus the impromptu, unscheduled, but kind of scheduled show that Trey and I did on Monday night, where we did a ton of unboxing, had a bunch of fun with. But you might notice we are unfortunately... Oops. No, hold on. Here we go. A man down. There we
He'll
go.
be joining us in a little while.
Yeah, Trey is. He's even sent us a special little message to kind of do some of our normal scenes with him in his absence, sort of a thing.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That'll be coming up. He's gonna come back in and join us a little later this evening. He's off doing some family obligations. Hope everything goes well for him there. And also later, we are going to have a very special guest, Nikki Nicole. Super excited for that.
She's representing Savage Crucible, so that'll be fun to talk about that.
Yep.
I want to welcome Easy Lemon Queasy for the first time here watching, so welcome to the show.
I like that name. That's pretty funny. Sometimes people have like just hilarious names. You had that one guy, Fat Ninja.
Fat Ninja, yeah.
Love that. I've seen some good ones here and there. So good stuff. Good stuff.
Gears of War figures, first time as well. Welcome.
Yeah, for our first timers, we are happy to have you out. We are a relatively new show, and just a few dudes hanging out, having some fun, chatting about toys and semi-related topics. Try not to get too crazy, but
Try not. Yeah.
try not. It still happens sometimes.
We try to keep our composure.
Well, I never succeed with that. I mean, this is coming from the guy who dropped the figure on his keyboard and completely exited the stream.
I remember
mid trying to show something off. That was fantastic. Yeah, and I will say stupid sexual innuendos completely without meaning to on a fairly regular basis. I think that happens almost every stream.
I think so too, actually.
But
From the UK, look at that. That's awesome.
Dang.
Well, welcome to the show. That's amazing.
Yes,
Let's see zombies in here too.
worldwide.
We are worldwide. That is very true. And you got
Worldwide.
Pops is in here. Renato, what's up, man? Welcome to the
Hello.
show.
Good evening, everyone. Yeah, we had the guy from Australia during the Laserpants podcast. That was super cool.
That is cool. Yeah, that's Analog Toys, right?
Analog Toys, yes.
Yeah.
Is it Tony?
I think so.
He's a cool dude. He's a cool dude.
very
I've
nice
watched
guy.
a bunch of his videos, but I'm terrible with names. So there you go. But and his text actually was not even upside down. I was expecting it to be upside down. So yeah.
What was going to
what's
say?
been up?
Not much, man. I mean, I guess For me, I mean, I was in Jamaica for the past 5 days, so that was a lot of fun. I didn't get to go toy hunting there, unfortunately, but I got a lot of sun and laid on the beach and by the poolside. I'm not normal for taking day naps, and I definitely took day naps. That's probably because of all the alcohol consumption. But
Okay.
but the cool thing was the bartenders knew me like by end of day one. They were like, "I know what you want," and it was just like same usual. I was like, "Yes, let's make this happen." So it was fun. It was good to get away. No responsibilities, no kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you?
Cool. Man, it's been my wife's birthday. And I say that because of the fact that she
Happy
manages
birthday.
to milk it the whole month. She's like, birthday month, and
They do that. Yeah.
you know, I can't like refuse anything really at that point. So we've been doing all sorts of kind of crazy stuff. But yeah, unfortunately, I've managed to start to come down with a cold. So I'm a little under the weather. If I sneeze or cough into the mic, I'm going to attempt not to. I've got a button. It's like whoop, right here. So I will do my best, but hopefully I just don't exit completely out of the stream or something like that, or snot all over the camera.
It would be kind of entertaining. I'm not gonna lie.
It might be. It might be. Well, we'll see.
Don't you want to see him snot on the camera? That would be funny.
Yeah, I'm going to try not to do that. It's a nice camera, I think. we'll see how it goes. I make no promises. Even
Nothing this Lysol wipes can't fix. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, exactly. So yeah, and then we got Trey made me wait to open the Operation Monster Force figures.
Okay.
My figures showed up early on Saturday, and he didn't get his, which is highly unusual. Generally, he gets his stuff well before I do, and I'm always jealous of that. And the one time that I can't open stuff because we're going to do this, this show, he was like, "Nope, don't have them. We're going to have to wait till Monday." And I'm like, "Come on!" Been waiting for these things almost 2 years.
You didn't even open one at all?
I didn't. Yep.
Good for you, man.
I know. It took some fierce willpower.
Yeah.
But
I see that.
Mission accomplished. I think it was a fun stream.
Yeah, I need to go back and watch the whole show, but
Yeah.
from everything, like when I was in there, it looked awesome.
It was a lot of fun. I think we're going to maybe do some more. We seem to be getting some good feedback from it. And we might splurge and get some better top-down cameras because that was a bit lacking.
Okay.
But we made do. And yeah, had a lot of fun. So it was good stuff.
Yeah.
I have a couple of bits of some interesting news. First off, I maybe have gotten the Mezco TMNT original set for something close to retail.
That's amazing. Okay.
Yeah, super crazy.
That is crazy.
I haven't received a shipping notification, so we will we'll wait and see. It's a little too good to be true, it feels like.
Is it through Mezco or a third party?
No, it's a third party that I've never ordered from before, but I looked them up. They had some reviews and stuff, and apparently they maybe got like a couple of sets in.
Okay.
Don't know how exactly, but I got free shipping, and
Wow.
it was yeah. I'm excited about it. I got an email, like I had an email notice. I went to a bunch of shops that had it, and I, every place I could, I put up a notice and got that and pulled that trigger. Super fast.
And you have the Casey Jones already too, right?
I do.
Yeah, so that'll help complete the set, so that's cool.
Exactly. So, hey, Winford, thanks for the mention on the Monday show. That's awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. So there's that. That was big news for me. That will likely be on an upcoming show if it happens. I will, at least show off a little bit. And then, so I wanted to show a little special thing here, if you'll indulge me.
Of course.
If I can find it.
I'll say hi to Evil Shtick. He just joined the chat. What's going on, man? Nice to have you on here. I think I don't remember you being on here yet. I always see you from the other guys' chats.
We're gonna flop over here. Many of you might know if you do like the imports and third-party figures and things like that. Wonder Festival happened a couple weeks ago, And one of my favorite figures is right here in the middle of the screen, that Darksiders figure.
Awesome.
Super awesome. Love the articulation, love the sculpt, all that kind of things. And as you can see next to him, they're giving him a horse.
That's awesome.
Dude, that horse looks amazing.
It looks well articulated too. Actually.
Yes, we'll see on that. This is obviously very early. It's probably not a finalized figure by any means, but Renato knows what's up. Yeah, that horse looks awesome. I hope they do more figures from that. I actually never played that video game, but I saw it. I'm not a huge video gamer. I do some here and there. Yeah, that looks super cool. So I'm excited.
It looks awesome. I'm trying to remember what was the name of the video game.
Darksiders and Darksiders 2.
I think I remember. That was like an older game, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I remember that.
We're going back a few years on that one to be sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously there was interest because, that figure is awesome. That's the first figure I've actually had in 12th scale anyway that has the movable eyes.
Oh, that's cool.
His eyes are kind of mostly white, so it doesn't really make too much sense. But it does work, and it is pretty cool.
Renato saying War is rumored to be next.
Oh, that'll be awesome. That will be awesome. Looking forward to it. So yeah,
that's awesome.
Close that one down. Yeah, that was kind of Darksiders has DMC and God of War vibes as far as combat. DMC.
I'm assuming he's not referring to the rap group.
That would be Run DMC.
Same. Chad is saying it's the same game engine as Dante's Inferno.
I managed to hit the mute button.
There you go.
Reflexes. I'm feeling good about that.
Oh, Devil May Cry. That's what it is.
Gotcha. All right. We'll appreciate that. As I said,
I still prefer Run DMC though.
Run DMC vibes. That's a thing. I think. Maybe just not on that figure. So so that's kind of everything that's been up, at least on my end of things, and it sounds like on your end of things. I'm annoyed that you got to go have some fun in the sun, and I did not, and I ended up catching a cold, which is super sweet.
I might have the traveler's belly, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. I was feeling very nauseated earlier today, so let's see how this podcast goes. If you see me turn off the camera, you know what happened.
Bobby starts to turn green.
But right now it's good though. I'm good. I'm feeling good right now.
I'm here for you. We will make a pact. If I fall out of the chair and don't get back in the chair, you know where I live. You can call
I'll call.
You can make a call. And same with you. If you turn really green, I will make sure somebody handles it.
Thanks, Renato. I'll definitely. I actually tried to ask my wife earlier, and I was like, "Hey, do we have any meds?" She's like, "We have a giant drawer full of medicine. Why don't you go look in there?" I was like, "Okay," but I'm good. I'm feeling good right now.
All right. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. I took some Dayquil, and sometimes it helps. Sometimes it makes me feel worse. But I'm riding the high right now. I'm a little going, and I think it's because Dayquil maybe has some caffeine or something. So yeah. Anyway, I am not going to spew into a Dixie cup. That does not sound like fun. And I don't have one here anyway. So anyway, hey everybody, we're already at 20 some viewers. That's super cool.
Thank you very much, and
give us a thumbs up if you dig it. And we would love subscribers. We're just here to have fun, and we do want to build a community around this, and we're working on that. Speaking of which, next episode, I think we're going to focus, do a bit more community focus, do some shelfies. We've got some fantastic photos today, but not too many. But you guys want to submit some stuff, please have at it. We've got a little bit of a backlog. I think a couple people have sent some stuff in. That will definitely be showing off, it's going to be a good time. So
and we are always accepting join the Alliance
Oh, yeah.
videos from you guys, because we want
You
to
want to go the extra mile. Yeah.
Yes. Definitely submit you've joined the Alliance. Introduce yourself and say you've joined the Alliance. That's what we want. Again, this is just to create a group, that's in our community base. So
Exactly.
thank you, Chad and Renato, for subscribing. We appreciate
Totes
that.
my goats.
Totally. Totes my goats.
Totes my goats.
All right. That's actually very it works perfectly for Skeletor, just because we are the three skulls.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
true. He is one of us. I think Skeletor is in the Alliance.
Chad, right now there's not a Facebook group. Maybe we should probably start looking into that. I think people have asked about this before.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
Yeah. I know Trey has his own Toyamic Displays group, and I have a Figure Fight Club group. But I don't think,
I don't have a group.
You gotta make one. Come on, Alan. But maybe we'll look into creating a Action Figure Alliance group, because that would be fun.
Absolutely.
And Winford, thank you for being on the show. The best way to submit videos and shelf feeds, you could send it to either one of us, through Instagram. We have an email address that's in the description of this video, or you could just reach out to us on Instagram. So
yeah, I think all the contact information is hopefully in the description of every video. Yeah, just reach out. Whether it's Instagram, Facebook, email, any of it should work. And yeah, I think Facebook group is a good idea. Hopefully, Winford asking about that means that he will be submitting some stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Be fun.
I agree completely.
Cool. All right. So should we get into some new hotness?
Yes, we should. Let's do it.
All right. So upcoming, here we got some new hotness. We're going to come on over to... What am I doing? This is where the Dayquil is not really helping.
You're gonna zoom into yourself.
Yes, I'm getting there. I just had to explain myself for being kind of slow. So yeah, everybody, hopefully everybody saw or will at least hit up the replay squad. We had a ton of fun on Monday opening Monster Force. And so I've got a big old pile of them over here. And these guys, I'm going to say it, they leveled up the military operator game with action figures. Covered in paint, covered in detail, modular, like stuff that you can put on and take off. The weapons are nice and stiff and look at the sights on the cool sights on that.
I like the fact that he could hold the gun properly as well.
Oh, yeah. They've all got butterfly joints, which is a big stickling point for me. I love my butterfly joints. It really does. It helps you shoulder weapons like this.
Before you get to the next one, Alan, I just want to respond to Gears of War figures and customs. Listen, even if you think your stuff is mad, we would still love to see it and showcase it. Again, it's about the community. So definitely submit it.
Absolutely. We want you to feel like you're part of the Alliance too. And hey, it does not matter to us, man. As long as it's cool. And kind of, above board, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, keep it PG.
There are some action figures out there 13. That are not.
Yes, I own a few.
and that's okay, too. We're just not going to show that kind of stuff. We're trying to keep it family friendly here.
That's awesome, too.
So this is super cool. And these guys, I'm sure Trey's going to talk about it a little bit, too, so I'm not going to go too far with it. But again, the customization. They came with 6 hoses of various lengths.
Oh, wow.
They came with all sorts of little adapters. There's this one is kind of like a coupler. Let me spin that around.
Okay.
You can see I've got this kind of exhaust thing over here, and you've got different spots. There's a port on the bottom where you can put another hose in if you wanted. He actually has the 2 big gas filters, and I took those off. And you
hose
can
all around.
It is they're great. I'm saying it great.
That's awesome. I'm excited. I haven't ordered any, and I'm likely going to be ordering some very soon.
Yeah, I have not finished opening them, which is frustrating. But again,
how many did you buy?
Slept most of the day. But I've got energy now, and that's all that matters. I'm going to go ahead and show off one more. I'm going to show off Dracula.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, how many Monster Force figures did you get?
I got all 8. I got one of each.
Okay.
and I am likely going to go back and get a couple more of the army builders. They all came with extra heads.
That's cool.
Duck collector. All right, my recommendation. You definitely want one of the Delta Red dudes.
Mhm.
I would probably say then Declan Van Helsing. He's that's up to you. He's very similar to the Delta Red dudes, but the Delta Red guys are awesome. And then you got to have a bad guy, and the Forgotten King is a really cool figure too. But you can't go wrong with any of them. I would just make sure that one of your figures is either Declan or a Delta Red, because of just the amount of customization and accessories. Good question.
Yeah.
Good question. So yeah, that's really. Oh no, I do have more. I got Starduster, and I dig it. He's pretty cool. I mean, there's nothing too new or special about him other than obviously the repaint and everything like that. I definitely like the jetpack. His helmet looks good. They did a good job with him. It's a cool figure. I know it's kind of a special in it, but it's it's a whole lot of reuse. But then I also went ahead and I made the little cereal box.
That's awesome. They came with it?
Yeah. So it's pretty low effort. I will admit it's pretty low effort on Hasbro's part. Like you have to kind of pop it out of the back of the backdrop for the figure, that it's in. But just a couple little dabs of glue and it came right together. It's even got like some nutrition facts.
That's actually pretty funny.
And you got your little crossword. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I like stupid shit like that.
I do too, actually. I'm a fan of like small things like that, right? It makes a big difference, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. So I think that's it for me. We do have, as I said, awesome, Chad.
Thank you very much, Chad.
Look forward to checking them out and tune in next week, and hopefully, we'll get some of them up. All right, so we're going to go over to a special video from Trey in his absence.
How you doing, Poe?
Check this out.
What's
up,
going on,
Trey?
Action Figure Alliance? Sorry I couldn't make it to the start of the show. My daughter has a volleyball game, and I'm not going to miss that, so I wanted to see her play. She's in a rec league, 17 and 18-year-olds. And so I just wanted to show off my new hotness because I got some really cool stuff this week. We'll start with some Action Force. Got some a few more of these Steel Brigade guys in. Also got a few more.
No surprise.
Of these Cobra
No surprise.
Troopers.
Now he has 112
this week, and I think that's going to be my squad for those, about 6. Also got Falcon and Quarrel and the Night Force version. I'll probably customize this one to look more like the vintage Night Force Falcon, so that's going to be a work in progress. But I do have another set. They're going to go to the steel core portion of the collection and add those to the army. And one last thing from G.I. Joe Classified came in this week. Starduster. And I have him on the Mezco Duke flight stand, and this is how he's going to go displayed on the shelf. But got your G.I. Joe cereal here.
That's interesting.
If you had that as a kid. But yeah, really cool figure. Happy to add it to the collection. But the next part,
I think Trey's also maybe sitting in the sun.
the next part is we've been waiting for this.
The
for
video
a while.
looks really
I'm
weird
excited
on the
about
live,
this
it looks
line.
like.
Me and Alan did an unboxing this week for Monster Force. Operation Monster Force has finally arrived. And go check out that unboxing. I am going to show off the figures real quick. We got Declan Van Helsing.
Okay.
Really cool looking figure.
Don't know why that happened.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Dracula.
We're all. It is what it is.
That's something we have to figure out in the future, I guess.
Yep.
Delta Reds. This is the Nocturnal.
Sorry, Pink Trey.
Now, they came with extra heads, but I could not resist kit bashing with some Marvel Legends, throwing on these heads and adding a couple more vampire goons to the to the squad. So that happened. More of that to come.
We're just gonna roll with it.
Yeah.
Then we
just
have
let it roll.
the Forgotten King, which is a really cool looking figure. This is really cool. The staff. So
Nikki,
excited for
Hi,
that.
Nikki.
And
Guys,
we got
last
a
but not
special
least,
video
these
from
two
Trey.
guys, which are the Sleepwalkers.
excellent. I love the
And
music.
They have different accessories. You can make them how you want. Many different versions. And it's a really customizable line. I really like how you can port things in and change things around. So I'm going to have a great time with this line. I'm looking forward to it. And I will see you later in the show. Probably pop in around mid-show after her volleyball game's over. I'll rush back and be on the stream to talk to Nikki and Alan and Abby about Savage Crucible. So enjoy the rest of the show.
Yep.
That was nice. Right. Well, Nikki, welcome to the show. You caught us in the middle of Trey's video where he's talking about, the new stuff we just got. And so Abby's going to do that as well.
Mine's fairly quick. So
yeah,
since I just got back at 10 p.m. last night, I only got to look at my stuff from the box. So I got this Wolverine, came with the head pool, which was really nice. Actually, I guess this is a head pool figure with the Marvel's Logan. So yeah, I really enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I got another Tracer.
Cool.
Ridiculous. Yeah. So this is, I think this is number 12 or 11. And then I got 3 of these, 3 more.
Awesome.
Those are
nice. And then I guess I'm going to show off the other 2 just because I had Bobby sign them.
Oh, you got Bobby's signatures.
Yeah, Bobby signed these. So now I have 3 of Bobby's signatures on the pink one. So maybe that'll be a future giveaway.
Ooh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Right,
it's for a good cause. So definitely purchase for good causes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Nikki, I don't want to leave you out. Did you have any new hotness you want to share?
Yeah, I do actually. These were
hey, hold on.
These were surprises.
Get over to your special scene.
We actually created you a special, scene for you.
It's around here somewhere. I will find it. Yes, there it is. All right.
All right. So these were surprises, but Rob, the owner of Savage Crucible, last month went to China and Hong Kong. Oh, wow. And he sent me some goodies. So these are Bandai figures.
Oh, look at
They're
that.
all let's see.
Articulated.
They're all like fully articulated and extremely realistic bugs and geckos and reptiles. Oh, cool. And the thing that's really cool about this is that my previous life, my previous side hustle, a ways back was breeding and selling rare geckos.
Oh.
So I had the crested gecko. I had knobtail geckos. And these are done so well. The paint apps are super realistic. They're fully articulated. You can, open their mouths. You can have them licking their eyeballs like geckos should be doing. But they're so cool. And it's what's kind of cool is that, growing up, I had that collecting impulse for quite some time. And for a while, that was wrapped up in the reptile hobby and breeding and things like that. But having these around kind of stems that urge to have live reptiles again in my house. So this is a very good thing. But yeah, these are super cool figures if you're like a science teacher or just somebody who's interested in these critters. It's just a really cool thing to have.
They look awesome.
They do look great. I wonder if you could find that on Amazon.
Yeah, they are. So these are Bandai figures. I know Big Bad had some of the insects available. So the beetles, and these are all, every little leg and antenna is articulated. You can also put up the wings, can put up their wing covers and attach wings to them. They have little flight stands. So super cool stuff.
That's awesome.
Something a little different.
That looks great.
Yeah, that is awesome. That is awesome. Cool. Well, let's. I want to get on to talking to you, Nikki, about Savage Crucible and all things Harvinger Studios and stuff. But we do have another segment to go over real quick. and that is the take my money segment, where it's kind of like new pre-orders that we're just super excited about.
Awesome.
So I'm going to switch over to mine. Let's bring this on up here. So yeah, this is these guys just keep pulling out hit after hit. This is Gridiron Studios making some leg attachments for the Trouble Bubble, the flight pod. And these guys, like, they are just all about making some super cool add-ons. These things look like they've got some nice ankle articulation in there, showing some good posability there. I love the detail. You've got some cool coloring on it. I mean, it seems to work perfect. Saw it and super excited about it. Can't wait to get it. So, yeah, that's kind of mine. Abby, did you have any you wanted to do?
I do have one I could show off.
All right.
So let me share my screen.
Sure. Let's get over to your sharing scene. Oh yeah.
There you go.
I know who that is.
Except to zoom in a little bit. Sorry, my monitor is gigantic, so I do apologize. This is the Savage Studio, the 2024 event exclusive. I want to say, I guess this is the WonderCon or LA Comic Con exclusive, and maybe also Wonder Festival. I'm going to butcher this, Bala 2, which is amazing. I love Savage figures, and this kind of goes right up my alley. With the whole gladiator. If this is anything but like the Minotaurs or the Rhino, it's going to be amazing. And
I actually ended up with all three of those, or however many there were.
Yeah, the Rhino and the two Minotaurs have released so far.
Yep.
So this is the next big monster that's coming out. So I'm looking forward to it.
I like the tattoo that he has on his shoulder pec. He's so dark that it doesn't really stand out very well. But when you
this one right here, right?
Yeah. He's got a really cool looking tattoo there.
Maybe this is the angle, but he looks like he's a lot bigger than the Rhino.
Does. I expect they're on the same buck, but...
Yeah. But yeah, no, this is the one I pre-ordered, and I'm looking forward to it to add to my Savage collection.
For sure.
That's it on my side.
That is cool. I did receive a message from Trey saying he is on his way, which is awesome. But one last thing that we like to do here on the show, Nikki, is do some photographs. So we call it fantastic photos. So we go around and find photos from the community, whether they're submitted directly to us or whether we, just see them on, some of the social media stuff. And I think Abby's got some that he's wanting to share, right?
I do. I have one from, I only got a chance to contact one photographer. So I will show that off. This is Not a Bird, Not a Plane Photography on Instagram. This is La Puerta, and he did such a good job with the photograph. It was amazing, actually.
Yeah, I did.
And another one I picked of his was the TMNT Mezco Turtles.
Very nice.
I liked the way it looked. And then the last one was the Crow. Eric Draven, this was a big fan of the film when it first came out when I was a kid. Loved it. I watched it a bunch of times. I own this figure too, and I could never do something like this, so I'm jealous, but not. But follow him on Instagram. That's the QR code. Not a Bird, Not a Plane Photography. He's got some really cool shots. Check him out.
Yeah, I mean, those look great. I love all the real fog. It could have been an effect if it was. He did it really well, but it looked like it was real fog in the scene, which
it did. Yeah,
cool, super cool. With that being said, and kind of checked off our list, Nikki, I want to ask you some questions.
All right.
Let's get to know
in the hot seat.
Yes, let's get to know Nikki Nicole's customs. First off, and I'm gonna go weird right away.
Cool.
I had a dream. Apparently, I dream about action figures these days. I had a dream that you guys with Savage Crucible decided you wanted to do 1/18th scale and 1/12th scale at the same time. So Rob's big idea was to make a little lizard and give him a big lizard suit. Is this a prophetic dream? Because I think it is. I think you're going to do it.
Well, not exactly how you laid it out. However, one of the reveals that we showed at LA Comic-Con a couple weeks ago was a little lizard. However, it's the same scale as the other figures. So some cool things to come with that. And if I don't want to talk about that too much just because there was 4 reveals shown at LA Comic-Con, and everybody like really noticed the 3 reveals, and not very many people picked up on the 4th reveal. So we're still kind of waiting for people to like look through photos and figure it out on their own. So I'm having fun with that one.
So my dream was prophetic. There is a little lizard on the way.
There is an aspect of that, yes.
Yep. That's my life now. I dream about action figures. So take from that what you will.
It's now day and night.
Yeah, it's a thing. Trey.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, man, you are earlier than I expected, so good work.
Yeah, unfortunately, they lost back-to-back games, and that's the finish of their season. So they had a good season, but
that's a bummer.
Sorry,
but we're happy to have you here. We were just we put Nikki in the hot seat. I told her, you might have heard the tail end of it. I'm now dreaming about action figures, Savage Crucible. I figured I would go weird right off the bat, I hear you.
So Nikki, thanks for joining us, and let's get this party started.
Yeah, thanks for putting up with my stupid question. But hey, a little lizard, I'm cool. Lemurian, right?
This particular one is not a Lemurian, but the other bipedal lizards are, yes.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a different breed. I like it.
Me too.
Cool. Okay, so some other questions. Do you collect, and if so, what?
Yes, I do. As you can see behind me, I have some of my collection displayed. I do collect TMNT, so a variety of different companies with that. And my focus with TMNT stuff is mostly different artistic representations of the 4 turtles. But I do get some of the ancillary characters, but that's not my focus. And that definitely saves me money because there's so much being done right now. Yeah. My little guy's saying hi right now.
Hey.
Let's see. What else do I collect? I collect NECA Predator, although that has slowed dramatically in the past 6 years since they really slowed down on that. So again, another wallet saver there. I collect G.I. Joe Classified. Growing up, that was me and my brother's main collecting focus was Battle Beasts and G.I. Joes. So that's definitely a nostalgia property for me. And I definitely cherry pick that line based on what I had as a kid, but also what I really, really wanted and could never find that was really interesting to me. So again, not getting too much in trouble being a completionist there, thankfully. And then I do Mythic Legion, Savage Crucible, Zestray. So I kind of include that all in the fantasy umbrella. Yep. And that's most of what's displayed behind me there. Got some Plunderlings.
Plunderlings are fun. I like those figures.
Yeah, they're super fun. And I think my favorite aspect of that line is just whenever I go on vacation to a tropical place, I love to take 1 or 2 figures and photograph them on the beach. And it's just absolutely perfect and super fun. Yeah. And then I do have some Star Wars Black Series still. Valaverse kind of fits in with the classified collection as well, kind of bringing it more modern. I think that's it.
You're lining up. I think you should be part of the Alliance. You want to make this regular, I think you're in.
It seems like you have a pretty awesome paint collection back there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just a tiny fraction of my paint collection. I have a whole hobby closet that I'm looking straight at right now, and most of the paint's back there. But yeah, a little bit.
Have you ever done any wargaming miniatures, like 40K or Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah, a long time ago. That's where when I first tried to paint something, it was probably in junior high, so quite a while ago. And I did have some D&D minis at that time and tried to paint them.
Cool. All right. And so kind of moving on from there, what got you started collecting? Was it just as a kid, getting toys for Christmas, or, tell tell us a little bit about, what you're doing with your collection, how you got started, and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I definitely started off as a kid. I had an older brother, so I started with like My Little Pony and Strawberry Shortcake, and it very quickly turned into like GI Joes and Battle Beasts. And totally forgot about it. Went through high school and all of the things, college, all of that, and then about I think it was about 12 years ago, maybe 11 years ago. I watched a show on TV about collecting, and it just like kind of reignited something. And I started looking around to see what was available. Really quickly got into TMNT as like a nostalgia property. And then that expanded into Predator and eventually Mythic Legions.
Nice. Cool. Nice. I like it. So what got you doing all the customizing stuff?
That was definitely TMNT and Mythic Legions inspired. At the time, I was really, really into the 2012 TMNT show. And, the figures that were being put out for that were Playmates, which were, kids' toys, and the paint apps were, very simple. And so I started out wanting to just add paint apps to those figures. So that's where I started. I started researching, because I had done the miniature painting earlier in life, but it had been forever, and it's, completely different type of painting. So that's when I did all the research on how to customize action figures. And then right around that same time, Mythic Legions was doing their Kickstarter, and they were showing like all these modular designs, and you could part swap. And so I just started like sketching out all these character ideas that I had, very D&D inspired with that. And then it kind of just took off from there.
So you really sketched out ideas, and then so you had a whole process already.
Oh yeah. Many lists, many part lists.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to bounce a question off of that and ask you about your paint method. Are you brush only, or you airbrush, or you combo? Tell us about, as a customizer, as someone who paints as well, just curious as to what your process is.
Yeah, definitely. I would say 99% brush. Just in the last 2 years started experimenting with airbrush, and I'm still very much on that learning journey. But I definitely prefer brush.
Okay. I think the airbrush gets you some good base layers and to be able to get to that fine brush work. So yeah,
definitely something I'm looking to keep going with.
Nice.
So kind of piggybacking off that question, have you always had that artistic, experience or, with painting? Because I know I've seen your paint. I actually own one of your customs. I actually brought it with me.
Awesome.
I got this from you in 2022 at LegionsCon.
Yes.
So I was just curious to see, ask that question. Have you always been into painting, or is that something you kind of struggled with at the beginning? And then, even with your experience with a lizard, like a lizard farmer, is that how you've kind of created the cool aspects and the colors for Savage Crucible?
Yeah, so I've definitely always been, I've always had an artistic side, did a ton of drawing and painting as I grew up. And at the end of high school, I had a huge dilemma of whether to go into art school or go into the sciences. And ultimately, I decided to pursue the sciences, which I'm glad I went down that path, because I didn't want to feel pressured to be creative for money. And so I'm glad I had the science foundation with that. And definitely the reptile stuff and my line of work focuses on reptiles and amphibians as well. So all of that is a heavy inspiration for customizing and now the work with Savage Crucible for sure.
That's amazing.
Awesome. That's really cool. All right. So when did what was the event where you crossed over and suddenly you were doing, stuff for companies like Paint Masters and things like that?
Yeah, really good question. So that started around 2022 when Rob, the owner of Savage Crucible, approached me and he had revealed his line, and he had got asked me some advice regarding some of the designs and everything. So I was kind of giving him feedback on stuff. Really excited for what he had going with his sculptures, and at that time he offered me the opportunity to do a paint master. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That's cool. That's really cool. And so now you're like part of the team. Is that correct?
Yeah. So there is a whole team of sculptors. There's and designers. When I say sculptors, I also mean designers.
Okay.
They're doing a lot of design work. There's a sculptor and designer that focuses a lot on the packaging and graphics as well. And then we have a whole crew that does the shows and the online shows and the in-person shows, and painters as well.
Awesome. Great. That is super cool. Guys, do you have any more questions, or should we get over into this very large slideshow?
Actually, I do have a few more questions, if you don't mind. Any big plans for Wave 4 for Savage Crucible?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so so the Kickstarter was waves 1 through 3, which we're going to go into here a little bit. And the structure of the Kickstarter was organized to get the figures out as quickly as possible. So wave 1, for example, is all lizardmen. Wave 2 is all humans or human-like creatures. There's like a werewolf type creature in there. Wave 3 is mostly fishmen and a really unique character called the Harbinger of the Abyss, which we'll show in a second. So very similar tooling and all that to get these waves out as quickly as possible. Now that we're almost out from under the Kickstarter, so Wave 3, I think, is scheduled to ship in Q2 2025. So now that we're kind of out from under the Kickstarter, that really gives us freedom to move to a different model. And with Rob's recent trip to the factory, some of the feedback that he's listening to from the factory is, if you make your waves smaller, we can get these out even faster. And so recently he announced that he was going to move to a smaller wave structure, probably aiming for a couple of figures every other month or so. So it's kind of going to go away from the traditional waves and just make it a little bit more affordable for people, and also get things out much, much, much faster. So,
I mean, hey, getting stuff in our hands quicker is,
Exactly.
and on a continually rolling basis is really good. I think it's probably good for the brand.
Yeah, I've seen some of the artwork of like the snakes, and I can't wait for those to come out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm waiting.
There's so many ideas and so much cool concept art, plus some of the licensed properties. And there's so much in the works right now. I wish I could talk about all of it, but I have to be pretty tight-lipped about some stuff. So all I can say is there's really exciting stuff coming.
Okay.
Cool.
And then one last question is, any con plans? I know you guys go to a lot of cons and visit a lot of cons. So are there any cons this year remaining of this year that you guys are going to be at? And then also next year, what cons are you guys going to be visiting?
Yes. Let me pull up the webpage really quick. So con list is always kind of tended on the front page of savagecrucible.com. So this Sunday is Chicago Toy Show, and I believe Tim and Rob are going to be running that show. Okay. And then the last one of the year is going to be Retro Toy Con in Greenville, South Carolina.
Awesome. We will be there.
All three of us will be there.
Are you going to be there?
Very cool. I'm not. I have a lot of family parent stuff going on, so it's really, really hard for me to plan in advance. And
that's all right.
I have to be super spontaneous. So yeah. And then next year, what's on the calendar so far is ZolaCon, March 1st through 2nd in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Toylanta, March 28th to 30th.
We will likely be there too.
Awesome. IshCon, North Carolina, May 17th.
Yes.
And we're North Carolina.
NC.
Yeah, that's our area. So we will definitely, I'll be working that event. So yeah.
Oh, sweet. And then Joe Fest, Augusta, Georgia in June.
Definitely going to be there.
And then we'll probably we're looking to add a small Colorado show, and maybe something in Maryland, and not sure what else. We're still kind of forming that schedule, obviously. So.
Okay.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
I have one last question. Sorry, I apologize. You know, you have a lot of these companies that have their own cons. Is Savage ever gonna have their own con as well in the future?
Savage Con.
Not. I don't think anytime soon, but we'll see kind of where it goes as the brand grows and see what the possibilities are. Yeah. No
Okay.
plans for that right now.
Okay.
So I have one question that I'm going to throw in here just at the end to spark some things. So earlier, you kind of you put Savage Crucible in with the Zest Rays, the Mythic Legions, and I've read the comic book. It doesn't have to be like that, right? Are we going to branch off and see something maybe sci-fi or near future modern military or?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So the premise that you're getting at is the Savage Crucible world is basically a world where other entities or characters can be brought into that world via a portal. So yes, that does leave open potential for modern characters or non-fantasy race characters. I don't think there's anything in the near future for that, but it is a possibility for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just had to get it out there. Okay. So Trey, you got anything for Nikki?
No, I think I'm good. I just kind of want to catch up. Like, did y'all watch the video I did?
We did.
We did. You showed up kind of pink on the stream, though.
You were pink and green.
Pink and green. Okay.
Yeah.
That might have been the MP4 converter. So we'll work on that.
It looked fine here, but YouTube was angry about it.
Okay.
But it gave you some cool color, though.
That they might have drank the wrong tea, causing that. But no, we went with it though. We played the whole thing. Pink and green, be damned.
I mean, pink is my favorite color, so it worked out well.
Well, let's roll over here to this slideshow, and we've got it starting off with Collegiate Legends.
I'm actually excited for this.
This came out. I was not expecting anything like this, but I think they look great. I shouldn't be surprised about that. But how did this come about, Nikki?
Yeah, so this is a line that I have zero involvement in, but I can speak to the basics.
Okay.
So Rob is a big college football fan, and he linked up with Holly, who is his business partner on this line, also a huge football fan. Very different backgrounds, but they make a great team in creating this line. And the way I understand it is that recently something called the NIL in regards to college football changed, and that stands for name, image, likeness. And so the rules around what players could pursue as far as their own licensing their likeness and making money in regards to that changed. And so I believe that Collegiate Legends is the first NIL property for action figures based on college football figures.
Nice.
I mean, they look great.
I mean, they look awesome, and I mean, I agree. You don't see this ever.
Yeah.
And so the idea with this is that right now they started with Alabama State. That is where the headquarters of Savage Crucible is. That's where Rob lives.
Yeah.
And Holly. And so they're obviously going to look to expand to different players, different teams, and also mascots as well.
Nice.
Cool. Mascots would be fun too. Yeah.
So are there plans to do like blanks so we can kind of customize some of those teams that might not ever get made? Say maybe some of the top tier teams.
That's a good question. I do not know the answer to that. I will.
Yeah,
I think
us customizers would definitely like some blanks to be able to.
I definitely need one in Old Dominion, or essentially the Cowboys colors, just because Old Dominion is Cowboys colors.
I mean,
got to make me a.
I'm thinking about making the fridge.
Oh yeah.
For GI Joe. So.
And there'll be different body sizes, obviously.
Oh, that's good to hear. I had not heard that yet. That's great.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, the meat and potatoes of this discussion is always going to be the Savage Crucible. So,
and I know a little bit more about.
yeah, I'm sure. So starting off the slideshow with some from Wave 2, which that's due fairly soon, right?
Very soon.
Yeah, it is fully in production right now. Rob was able to show some amazing pictures and videos from the factory on our last stream on the Savage Crucible channel. So if you're interested, definitely check that out. But very much in production right now, scheduled to ship from the factory at the end of November.
Okay.
So coming up quick. Yeah.
In November. Okay.
Awesome.
And this, again, this wave is mostly humans, and then one character called Jaeger, which is a shapeshifter or werewolf type of creature.
There he is.
Yeah.
He might be the one that I'm looking forward to the most, I'll be honest.
Yep.
I mean, I think I've got all of the... I might have done something a little... I get a little hyped, and, Trey and I have both done this, and I know Abby does it too, where it's just like, I'm ordering it all. And,
that does happen.
Yeah, I might have gone in a little deep on this. I went in deep on the first wave, but, super enjoying it. Let's ask this. So in wave 1, the cards, the trading cards with the D&D stats, those were super cool. Yeah, you got a nice foil there. Is there going to be any new surprises and secrets in wave 2?
You will be glad that you went deep on wave 2 for that reason, but also another reason. So, Rob loves surprises.
We went to Joe Fest and came back. I came back with like 3 or 4 figures, and Alan was just like, "I gotta get you. What cards do you have? What cards do you have? Can you trade me? Trade me your cards."
Yep.
And so I helped him out with his collection, but he's got tons of stuff. Yeah.
I did get a complete set. I think I only got 1 foil though, but no, they're great cards. I dig the D&D stats. I mean, that was a hardcore nerd move. I approve.
That's awesome. I really just like the artwork and just seeing collectible artwork. I really gravitate to, and I did give. I'm not an active D&D player anymore these days. I'm open to it though, but I did give some of my extra and duplicates to a couple local friends that are heavy D&D players, and they seemed pretty stoked about it.
That's cool. Yeah, I am. I played D&D a ton throughout my life, but yeah, recently I haven't had. Like in the past few years, since pre-pandemic, not really managed to get any in. So maybe we'll have to start a group.
That would be awesome.
I've only played D&D once, and it was live on YouTube.
Oh.
I've never played.
Only once.
Right in.
I wasn't any good at all.
So I'm going to continue to push forward here on the slides. So this guy is from this Frazetta painting.
Yes.
And I mean, you've got the pose right. You've got it looks great. It looks great.
So this is Warrior, based on the painting from Frank Frazetta, Warrior with Ball and Chain. And that is the name of the painting. And so this is the first officially licensed Frazetta figure through the Frazetta Art Museum.
Okay.
And it is the first of many to come. This guy is part of Wave 2, and he does use a lot of the tooling in the line, but he has a different abdomen, because in the painting, Frank Frazetta painted him with more abs than humans have. So he's ripped. And then we wanted to be accurate to the painting. And this was as with many of the figures sculpted by Kevin DeLise.
That's
sculpted
cool.
and designed.
That's cool.
It looks great.
Yeah. All right. So what's up here? This is Human?
Yeah, Human. Human. And a lot of people during the Kickstarter thought that he was named that because like a play on words for He-Man, and it's not. It's part of the story in the graphic novel of why he's called that.
Yeah, he's kind of a main character, right?
Yes. And he's on the cover of the first graphic novel.
And this dio that this figure is in is really cool looking. I love the depth of field. You've got some foreground, you've got some background. That's cool.
That particular photo was done by PL Toy Box Photography, Pablo Lopez.
Okay.
I don't know who the creator of the dio is, or if he's creating his own dios. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
definitely check out his page. He's an amazing photographer.
Nice.
Cool.
I think we've got a few of them in here that are kind of similar.
Yeah.
So tell us about this guy.
Yeah. So this, it looks like, so for some of these photos, we wanted to showcase some of the items and extra heads and armor that's in the character packs, because just like Wave 1, the Wave 2 is totally armor interchangeable, parts interchangeable. You can take off armor from Wave 2, put it on Wave 1, vice versa, interchange within the wave. And so this particular photo is showing a head and then helm attachments from one of the Wave 2 character packs.
Okay.
Very cool. Yeah, that is a.
We love our skulls here, so skeletons.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, and this it's hard to tell from the photo, but it's like a skull helm, and it does have hinges sculpted on the top. The faceplate does not flip up, but it just looks cool and menacing.
Okay.
Yeah, the way it is. Yeah, and same with this one. This is using a Nashorn base body with a character pack helm and helm attachments.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah.
And there's another Jaeger who looks awesome.
Yeah.
So this is the one that has the ponytail, right?
This
one of the head scans.
Yeah. So one of the heads in the character pack is a the race is called Therian. So there is a Therian with a ponytail in the character pack. Easy part swap with Jaeger here, and they are intended to be different characters, but you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite head sculpts that you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what caught my eye at HeroesCon this year. When I saw that, I was like, "Whoa, what is that?" That's cool.
Yeah, and then again, this is actually one of the heads I'm most excited about. The armor set and this particular head, the paints on the armor set is awesome, and this character is just really unique. I don't see a lot of figures like that, and so pictured here is a Human base body with that head and removable helm. He also has a removable, like you could take the helm off and display it without the helm. He has like an eye patch that you can slide on. That looks like he has a damaged eye. So just some really cool stuff there. Yeah.
Nice. I love the customizability kind of, built into it. It really gives, like, there's a lot of uniqueness you can pull out other than just, repaints. You've got actual different parts that come with the figures and the packs and stuff. They look great.
Yeah.
Nice. The amazing photo here.
Yes, this is Krieger. So he's one of the barbarians, and he comes with 2 head sculpts. He comes with an unhelmeted and then a helmeted version as well.
Nice. All right. Another custom looks like, right?
Yeah, it looks. So that looks like, I think it's a Human base body, and Pablo swapped out the torso armor with some armor from the character pack, and again with that skull helm, but different helmet attachments this time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool looking knife too.
Yeah, it's like there's some really cool fist weapons and some other stuff in there. And if you go back one photo, actually, it's hard to see in the photo.
Here?
Yeah. So in the foreground, his front arm is actually holding a meat hook. The meat hook has a neck peg sculpted on it, so you can put a head of any other character.
I remember that as an accessory.
That's cool.
Pretty savage.
Yeah, that was awesome. All right. So, Nikki, we have an absolute ton of these slides. So I'm going to try to
totally
move through a little bit quicker, but
yes.
I mean, they all look great.
Yeah, Pablo did a great job with these photos. And Amazing as well. Yeah.
He did too. Their photos are very recognizable.
Yes.
Digging the poses. You just stop me. I'm going to scroll through here kind of slow, but move through. This is cool.
That's a new head scan too. It looks like.
Yep. And one of the things that's I won't say anything about that. Continue.
You should say it. Let it drop. Let it drop.
There may be another level of customization available with helms and different.
Like
That's
face
cool.
plates or
we're still in process. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to. One of the philosophies of the Savage Crucible team is that we don't want to put out all of the customizing and part swap ideas before people have them in their hands. We really want the fans to explore on their own and discover things on their own.
Okay. And this is a great look at this is obviously an accessory pack or something along those lines.
Yep. So this one has that meat hook that I was talking about up at the top with the neck peg, the extra Jaeger head with the ponytail, couple extra helms with the helm attachments, weapons, and then alternate hands. So we have the closed-fisted hands and, of course, the middle finger hands. So those are important.
That mace is sick.
Very important.
All right. Whole nother armor set looks like.
Yeah, this is the armor set I'm super excited about. The photos don't do it justice. There's some really cool colors happening in different lighting situations. And then over on the left, there's a cartographer's kit. Forget the actual name for it, but I'm really excited about some of the accessories that you can attach to the belts of the different characters. So there's a mug, there's a cartographer set, and various other things.
The two skulls at the bottom, are those faceplates or?
Yeah. So those are actually fist weapons.
The fist. Oh wow!
Yes.
Okay.
From the mind of Kevin DeLise, you can have one of your figures just brutalizing another character with these skull fist weapons.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Gold dusters.
That looks awesome. All right. Okay, so this is wave 3, right?
Yeah. So wave 3 is up for pre-order directly from savagecrucible.com right now, and this is one of the main villains of the Savage Crucible world, the Harbinger of the Abyss, and you can start to read the beginning of his story if you pick up the first issue of the graphic novel.
Cool. And is that all on the website, the graphic novel?
It was available for digital download for a time. I don't believe it's there now anymore, but you can pick up a physical copy at the cons.
At the cons, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I actually managed to get these all kind of grouped together character-wise, so we can move through these a little bit easier. Yep. But the gold thing around his neck, is that just like an accessory jewelry piece?
Yeah. So it's a removable necklace. It's a really cool sculpt of a very Cthulhu type motif that matches his staff.
Right on. I'm a huge Cthulhu fan. Looking forward to this figure for sure.
Yeah.
He's got a head mounted on his wall.
And there's that extra tentacle. It fits the staff perfectly. So if you take off his more human hand and put on that other tentacle, you can slide the staff and it looks like he's holding it perfectly.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, super cool.
All right. So okay, I'm going to ask, is he a hint of some things to come? Will we see more Cthulhu-like creatures?
I believe so. And if you're familiar with the graphic novel, there's some ancillary characters to him that I'm really excited to see.
All right. Good stuff. I did enjoy the graphic novel. Sometimes those seem a little bit afterthought-ish.
Yeah.
But it was a good read. The art was solid from beginning to end. And Trey and I are big comic book readers. And so, yeah, I mean, I dug it for sure.
It's always when you can get a good story, a good behind a figure line, it just makes you want more.
Awesome.
Yep. It gives you another reason to gravitate towards the characters.
Yep.
Right. Original properties are difficult if you're creating something from scratch. So it's nice to have a little bit of a foundation.
Yeah. Okay. So on this one, I think we're going to see some change. Well, maybe not. You guys did some change in direction a little bit with some of the how do you refer to them? Paranoids?
Paranoids, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there are 3 different Paranoid figures for this wave. This is the wave I'm by far most excited about, just because there hasn't really been anything done like this before.
Yeah.
So this is the first figure, the Fathom Scout. We've been taking it to cons for last year and this year, and it's made in a translucent plastic with paint apps on top. And by doing that, you can get really cool, like realistic fish-like effects. So there's some translucency to the edges of the skin, the scales, the fins, certain parts of the mouth. Just a really cool effect. And so this was the first one to be made. This was the earliest one to be made, and we weren't sure if they wanted to build that feature into the other Piranoids. So when we showed the paint masters of the other Piranoids, they were just, we just did them on 3D prints like we normally do. But we are going to be building those other Piranoids with that translucent plastic base with the paint apps. So there's going to be a little bit of change in the paint apps to enhance that particular feature, but I'm super stoked about it.
The translucents look amazing. I've seen it at the cons and it looks awesome.
Yeah, so you've kind of got a mix of these pictures have kind of a mix of both of them, right?
Exactly. So that's the very first painted prototype that I painted.
And I love the glowing mouth. I mean, that just looks amazing.
Yeah, it's like a really bright blue, and it just it doesn't have a glowing effect in and of itself, but just the way the light hits it, it enhances the color. So
and then here, this is one of the translucent versions,
yeah.
right?
So this is now being it's in pre-production at the factory. They're putting Tim and my paint apps onto those translucent base figures, and so you can kind of see some of the effects that that can kind of come through with that.
Yeah, that is really, like, so much so that I had to reach out to you and ask. I was like, wait a minute, are these all the same figures? Because there's a lot. There's a major difference here. So and you can see this like pearlescent, semi-translucent look is just beautiful.
Very pearlescent. This is so one of the really cool things that happened recently that I didn't even know about or expect was that when Wave 3 went to pre-order direct from savagecrucible.com, Rob decided to add a whole other Piranoid head pack with 10 different heads. And so the previous picture there is one of those head pack heads that you can pre-order now. It wasn't part of the Kickstarter.
I feel like Rob is one of us too. I mean,
he totally is.
He seems to just make these decisions that just come off sounding super awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He
Who does that?
He loves to add things in, just really increase the value and just make things fun.
Yeah.
I think he's also a collector.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen some of his stuff that he's had on different streams here and there, and it's like, yeah, that dude, he gets it. And I love the anglerfish little light comes off there.
Yep.
That's so awesome. Yeah. Cool. And so then you kind of have the art, so you can see the helmet, which looks, really menacing. That slit there, it's like fish Cylon kind of a thing.
Yeah, and each of these Piranoids, there's a different type of armor. So this one is plate armor. There's a kelp type, what you could consider cloth armor, and then there's a lobster crustacean like leather armor on the other one. So really a lot of variety there. And then of course, just like with Wave 1, we have the Slate and the Savage. So this is the Savage. It's a much lower price point figure that has full paint apps but fewer accessories. So really geared towards army building and customizing, just like the Slate. The differences between the Slate and the Savage is that the Slate is in a single color plastic with paint apps on the eyes and mouth only, and it's even a lower price point than the Savage.
Nice. And the paint apps on this.
Yeah, this is like one of my favorites that I'm looking forward to the most.
I'm going to be honest, when I backed the Kickstarter. I didn't do the full-blown all-in, which I'm sure surprises everybody else on the panel here. Because I get excited about things, and
you made up for it.
But I have definitely gone back and been like, oh crap, I need to get at least one of each of these, if not some extra.
Yeah.
So they look great. They turned me around. Like I wasn't too into the fishmen, but man, the paints. I'm going to be honest. The paints are what turned me around. I don't have figures that look like this on the shelf. Right?
Same. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm so excited about these, and I ordered light during the Kickstarter because there was so much happening, and I think I only got one all-in on Wave 3, so now I got to go back and pre-order some more.
See, the thing is, like pre-order, like I was telling Rob at Jolanta that, like, I kind of stopped, Mythic Legions made me stop pre-ordering stuff just because of the fact that like it took my money a year
Mm-hmm.
year and a half in advance. So I was like, I go to shows all the time. So I was like, I'll see you guys at shows. I'll just buy it from you
Yep.
guys directly. And that's what I do now. I just go
Yeah.
to shows.
Honestly, I think a lot of people are moving towards that model of just waiting until something's like really close to being in stock, or just getting things
Yeah.
when things are in stock. And I think it's just a huge affordability issue right now with all the stuff going on. And yeah.
So is this the crustacean armor you were talking about?
Yes, the lobster armor. This one was painted by Tim Peake. So another cool change. This particular photo is showing some of the changes with the translucent base body now with the paint apps on top. So a change was made to the mouth, the inside of the mouth color, and that's just it really enhances that clear effect. And then there's also a really cool change to his loincloth. So originally it was just like a lobster tail, and it was, some people loved it. Some people were like, it's just a lobster tail. Like, we need something else. And so they added this whole Cthulhu tentacly motif to the front of that. And then there's another larger lobster tail on the back of that waist armor. So really, really cool change.
And so this is kind of going back to the original paint before the translucency, right?
Yes. So you can see this
Big
is
difference.
Tim's original Paint Master figure, showing the fan voted head pack head, and it is missing that motif on the loincloth there. Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, I see the lobster tail. Yeah. That's an improvement. I mean, obviously we've already been talking about the paint, which I think is just fantastic, but that's a nice improvement too.
Yeah. And so, some people sometimes get upset if something changes from when they backed into Kickstarter or whatnot. But, what the team, especially Rob, is really looking at is, as things start production, what small improvements or embellishments can we make to make this an even better figure? So those are some of the decisions that are being made right now with Wave 3 in pre-production.
All right. They look great. I mean, even these poses are really cool. And I mean, that's one of the things that I've enjoyed so much about the Lemurians, the Wave 1 is just, they are very posable. I'm a stickler. I brought it up probably every episode. I love my butterfly joints.
Yes.
And those work well, which makes me super. I mean, the fact that you can actually get the hands past each other on many of them, like, it gives so much opportunity for cool upper body poses that you don't get to see too often.
For sure, yeah.
Keep it up.
I think like even the Lemurian, the green Lemurian. Is that what I'm saying? Am I saying that right? That one is my favorite one. I probably have about like 5 to 7, one of those numbers, in my collection.
Awesome.
And like the fish people are kind of getting me there too now. I kind of want a whole shelf of fishies.
This is never something I would have said before, but
I just have so many custom ideas for these too. So I'm gonna order heavy on this wave.
All right. And so this is the Rising pack.
Yeah. So this is one of the packs that was available in the Kickstarter. It has an extra head for every named character plus the Savage. Plus there's a cool Book of the Abyss. So it's a closed version and an open version with actual text inside.
Nice.
And some really cool underwater themed weapons.
Nice. And, this is something that is really cool that I don't know too many other companies have done, where you guys, your base figures might ship with some like forearm and kind of shin armor that are part of the sculpt, not removable. But these packs come along and you can then actually swap those out for matching body parts.
Exactly. So the named characters all come, like you said, with wrist and shin armor. And then if you get this pack, you can swap out the bare parts with that. And then if you look at that photo of the Savage, he just comes as is with those bare finned arms.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got next here? Oh, this is the head pack.
Yes. So the head pack. This time around, there are 6 heads that match the slate, and one of each head. Let's see. One of each head to match the named characters plus the Savage. Yeah, at the bottom, that bottom row. So just a ton of variety, a ton of different colors. All these jaws on all these fish are articulated. A lot of the sculpting here was, it's a combination of Nick Whitmore, Kevin DeLise, Arlen Pelletier. I'm not sure if Gordon or Lee sculpted any of these, but you can see, if you go to the website, you can see the credits of everybody who worked on this.
That's cool. That is, and just the fact that, Rob was like, we're going to do this.
Yep.
I mean, that's doing great. Okay. And then, so now we're into some new hotness here, if you will.
So this was a very recent project revealed at LA Comic-Con. The albino Lemurian paint apps on this guy are based on an albino reticulated python. So that was my reference for that. And this figure is going to come with 3 different heads and brand new armor that hasn't been shown in the line before, plus the soft goods cape.
Nice.
EBD on when and how this figure will be offered, but it will be coming up here soon.
Very cool. So
now, is this a Nikki paint job?
Yes.
Nice.
And the cool thing about this is I recently finished this. Rob went to China, took this with him to the factory, and they immediately replicated the paint job and started, doing things with it as far as production. And so
awesome.
that was like one of the fastest things that has happened so far.
Nice.
I had a bearded dragon for 10 years, and that it reminds me of my bearded dragon. So that's a big compliment.
Yes.
That's cool. That's cool. And so soft goods. Are we going to see more soft goods coming too?
Yeah, we have some of the Strut family helped prototype some of the soft goods for Wave 2. So if you're in the Legions and toy convention community, you've probably seen the Strut family and their amazing.
He's a member of the Alliance.
He is.
Okay.
We met him at Joe Fest, and they joined the Alliance.
They're in the intro.
Some of the soft goods for Wave 2. So Warrior with Ball and Chain will have a soft goods cape as well. I think Jaeger. I hope I'm remembering that correctly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. This was a big surprise.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So the second official license reveal, we have officially licensed Frazetta characters, and now was revealed that Elric, the character Elric, through Michael Moorcock's work.
And so the armor, the paint on the armor looks awesome. And I got to say, what I'm surprised about, I guess it shouldn't be surprised, but sometimes, companies kind of, just stamp stuff out without giving it too much consideration. But I know Elric, from some of, obviously, the fantasy novels and stuff. And he's a sickly, skinny guy that, gains all of his power through his sword. And to see him represented, like, he looks thin here, and that makes sense for the character. Like, yeah, the armor is bulking him up some, but you can still tell that there is a skinny guy under there.
Right, and that was definitely the intent. This is another figure designed and sculpted by Kevin DeLise. The cool thing is this armor is totally modular and interchangeable with the existing figures. But if you think about the size of the character in that armor, he has to be a lot skinnier to fit in that armor, right?
Yeah.
That full suit of armor. So yes,
what you're saying is, don't just buy one of these, because you're going to want to use the armor pieces on all the others. I get it.
Go big or go home, man.
Unfortunately, it's go big every time, it seems like. I mean, come on. Oh yeah, the weapons look great.
Yeah. This was painted by Alex Wu.
Cool.
Great
Very
job.
cool. So what's the deal with the sword sheath here? It looks like it kind of snaps in.
I actually don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't had this figure prototype in hand yet. This was all kind of a whirlwind with its reveal, so I speak to that.
Right on. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, now we're getting into some fun stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
So tell us about this guy.
So this was my first Savage Crucible custom, and I just it was nice not to have pressure or, ideas or any direction whatsoever. I just started painting. I had no idea what I was going to do, and this is how it ended up. So I know I wanted a gladiator type character for my Zesray shelf to fit in with that whole gladiator. I have like 2 shelves dedicated to gladiators back here. And so that was my only guiding principle with this.
So is that your dio too?
This is my dio. This was made by Shelf Gravy.
Very nice.
Shelf Gravy. That's a fun name.
Yeah, he was at the very first Legions Con when we were just in one little room at New Jersey Toy Con. And that's where I met him, and he did this amazing arena type dio for me.
Yeah, that's cool. That is cool. All right. So you did not send these pictures over, but I went and grabbed some additional customs to talk about because that's your bread and butter. And we love this kind of stuff too. So I saw this and I was like, damn, a skull with crystals coming out of it.
That's cool.
That's slick.
That is cool. Yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what pictures grabbed your attention for sure. This is something I worked on, I think last year sometime. I was inspired by another customizer at Legions Con 22, and he'd done a full skeleton custom with all these crystals on him. Like, I wanted to buy it. I offered him money. He's like, I'm sorry, it's already sold. So I went about making some of my own.
Nice. So you made this all yourself?
Yeah, so not all myself, but this is my actionfigurecustoms.com skull that it's like cracked where the whole skull is open. And so I got that, painted it, and then I got these little crystals from Green Stuff World, which is a European company, and glued them on, and then used like a translucent wash paint to kind of dye them a certain color. So. Well,
it looks great. It came together super well. And at this point, I am very cold medicine drugged, so I don't even remember what I grabbed.
Awesome.
Okay. Galactic Valor. So I backed this Kickstarter, got this dude. I didn't even realize that you did this, right?
Yeah,
you're the paint master.
Yes. I helped with probably about half of the paint masters from that offering. I also backed this Kickstarter, so I'm excited. He was at Legions Con last year. I think he's going to be at Legions Con again this year.
Okay.
Just some really cool sci-fi stuff that's it has more of like a modern military influence. So not super outlandish, garish, bright colors, but more kind of modern military feel, I'd say, with that.
Yeah, it looks like the armor design, some of the way the weapons and things, kind of slot into them seem more utilitarian rather than, design based, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, just something really different.
Yeah.
That was nice. Yeah.
And this is a gorgeous figure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I got a couple Zesray figures flanking this guy. This is a lot of custom parts from PlanetaryDogToys.com. And I wanted like a kind of emperor type character to, head up my gladiator shelf.
They look great. They look great. Very cool.
I love those Romans.
I think that was it. Yeah, I think that was it. So, well, Nikki, I think we are coming right up on your time. You have been a lovely guest. I appreciate you coming out here to no end. And we would love to have you come back. I'm pretty sure I can speak for everybody here. Thank you for, dealing with some of my goofiness and, talking customs and toys here and stuff. And want to just say, again, we appreciate it greatly. So thank you for being part of the Alliance.
Yeah,
thanks for
joining
us.
Having me on. I'm happy to come back anytime to talk shop.
Oh,
or just collecting.
We'll take you up on it.
Definitely.
We can talk toys for a long time.
Oh, yes.
Well, are you going to be at Legions Con this year?
I am not.
You're not?
This goes back into my lack of ability to plan anything in advance right now. So I will not. Hopefully going to try to make it out to a couple East Coast next year, but it's just going to have to depend on family stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope you get all that sorted and that, nothing too bad is coming your way. Hope everything's good. And would love to have you back.
Awesome.
100%.
This has been great. Looking forward to a long lasting Savage Crucible line and seeing your paint jobs. I can't tell you like how much fun we've been having with them, and we're probably, I mean, that's a good idea. Is we need to do our special opening unscheduled live stream when Wave 2 comes out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, be some good stuff.
That for sure.
Cool.
Definitely. Thank you very much, Nikki.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Thanks.
I'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Well, that was a blast.
That was a lot of fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, she was awesome. I love that, you know, she could talk about kind of like the behind the scenes stuff, as well as, you know, some of the fiction around the characters and things.
Yeah.
She was a lovely guest. And hey, for our first like industry insider guest, I don't think we could have done much better.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
No, I 100% agree. She was a fantastic guest, and you know, again, we'll take her offer and get her back one day.
Oh, absolutely. When Trey and I were meeting with her last night to make sure that all the tech was working, you know, just kind of doing that behind the scenes stuff, make sure everything's good.
Mhm.
She was already asking us stuff about Monster Force. Like,
Yeah.
she was like, "Oh yeah, what'd you think? What was that about?" And it's just like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's a nerd just like us, so I love it.
Yep. And she's done well, you know, putting her nerddom to good use.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, guys, I think we're right about that nice time to kind of wrap this one up. I want to talk about our next episode again. We're probably going to go back to our roots a little bit and do some more of the community engagement stuff. Some shelfies, some fantastic photos, some of our shelfies and fantastic photos. It's going to be a fun episode, and you know, submit your stuff. All of our contact information should be in the description of this video. Reach out, let us know. You know, and like Avi said earlier, if you want to go the extra mile and shoot an "I Joined the Alliance" video,
we will showcase it.
We will show it, definitely.
But yeah, shelfies, your picks, whatever. Looking forward to it. Hey, if you got some customs, you know, throw those our way too.
I love to see some customs.
We love seeing them. We love seeing them. So again, I want to thank everybody for coming out. If you wouldn't mind doing the YouTube things with thumbs up and the subscribe button and all that sort of stuff.
Smash that like button. Subscribe, join the Alliance.
Instagrams, Facebooks, all the whole 9 yards. So
all of it. Yep.
We appreciate
Yep.
y'all coming to hang out with us.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. And look out for possibly an Action Figure Alliance Facebook group, maybe coming soon.
Very soon.
All right, guys.
Thanks,
Have a
George.
good one. Thanks
Take
for coming
care, guys.
out.
Bye.